I was there when humanity made first contact. Part 2. Going through the wormhole was really something more improvised than planned. We had already sent a couple of drones by the time our ship got close. They passed through without any problems. Not only that, they were perfectly capable of sending back data. Some were questioning why we would send people to the other side without studying it further. But the truth is, during the 2 weeks it took for us to reach the wormhole, our researchers figured a lot about it. It was very stable and matter seemed to move in and out without any detriment to it. The team was composed of our lead expedition researcher Carla Shao, researcher Johan Zamfirescu, and myself. We were also accompanied by a second platform ship led by a sentient AI instance we called Athena. She was supposed to help us with a lot of on-the-fly calculations in a region of space we seemingly knew nothing about. Initial images came back of a region of space that we did not recognize at all. Our drones caught stars and nebulas that were completely foreign to us. After initial calculations, our researchers figured out where the wormhole led to. It wasn't in the Milky Way. It wasn't even in the local group. The wormhole led to a point in the Virgo supercluster approximately 24.8 million light-years away from Earth. By the time we approached the entry destination, multiple drones went in and out with no side effect at all. They didn't even appear to experience time dilation. After some final preparations, talks with our family, and a mountain of signed NDAs, we were ready. Athena's ship went first, followed closely by us. The first ever humans to leave the solar system and the galaxy. The actual passage through the wormhole lasted just under 8 seconds. I can't really describe in words what I saw, as everything appeared to blend together. That includes the ship, ourselves, and space itself. When we came out on the other side, it felt like walking through a door. We took a brief moment to realize the historic moment that had just happened. However, our curiosity got the best of us as Athena started sending preliminary scan data to our ship. The initial drones saw multiple signatures similar in frequency to the one of our own wormhole back home. They appeared to be scattered everywhere. This was a binary star system with 5 major planets. Given the reason we were here, one of my colleagues suggested we name the system Dvara, the old Sanskrit word for gate. One planet was orbiting close to the suns, 2 were distant gas giants, 1 was a distant frozen world, and then there was Dvara Secundus, a continental world in the inner part of the habitable zone. Honestly, at this point, even the researchers from the Verne Observatory back home were asking us to orbit the planet and see what scans showed. The voyage towards Dvara Secundus lasted 81 hours. In the meantime, we kept busy mapping out all of the wormholes in the system. They seemed to have a completely random distribution throughout the orbit of the 2 stars. Several drones were dispatched to the closer ones. As we approached Dvara Secundus, we saw it was a world of green and purple. Despite protest from some back at HQ, we all decided to take one of the landers and set foot on the planet. Everything we did at this point was a first in human history. Atmospheric entry wasn't too rough and we finally made landfall. Johan was the first to set foot on the planet. Carla followed, and she was the one to bring human language to this part of the universe. The wind sounds different. We walked around, took samples, and prepared to spend the night. I have to say, dusk on a planet with 2 setting suns really is a sight to behold. Athena was tirelessly analyzing the soil, the vegetation, everything. And yes, there was fauna. The planet was a lush continental world rich in all sorts of life forms. We didn't have enough fuel to explore all the diverse biosystems it had to offer, so we prioritized. The next day, we went to explore the 2 sides of the local vegetation. You see, Athena figured out why part of the local vegetation was green and the other purple. The two suns were quite different in composition and the sort of UV light it gave out. Hence, some flora evolved to be mostly reliant on UV from one of them and some from the other. This made the planet evolve in two distinct vegetative paths. Evolution did its thing, and some insects and animals evolve in separate branches depending on what food source they prioritized. Our xenobiologists were really surprised by how segregated and codependent life was here. And then we froze. While we were out exploring, Athena told us a short message that I will never forget: they are here. Given how matter-of-factly AIs tend to be, we knew what she meant. They first intercepted us when we came through the wormhole. They didn't appear to notice the drones before. Athena told us that they had just managed to decrypt our communication technology and sent a short repetitive pulse to her ship. This is when she told us, "Where are they? Are they dangerous? Should we leave?" We started a very heated emotional debate as to what to do. Communication with the observatory was delayed by almost 1 hour. We asked them what they advise. They told us it's our call. We are on the field and can assess the situation better. We told Athena to answer back with the same message she received. We instantly heard back. All of our positioning systems glitched and showed the same location: a mountainous valley. Realizing humanity is on the cusp of meeting an advanced intelligence for the first time ever, we decided to err on the side of optimism. If humanity was to brave the stars and meet others like us, it should approach this new era by showing what we think to be our best: eagerness to learn, collaboration, curiosity, ingenuity, all that. We boarded our ships and landed close to the destination point. Athena took out one of its humanoid robots and joined us physically. We all decided it's important for both human and synthetic life from Earth to be present at this moment. Then we walked towards the valley, and simple as that, we saw them. Several enormous ships levitating above the mountains. We had Athena send them a simple set of pinged messages to let them know we are still in contact. It didn't matter much. We were sure they were following our positions anyway. But it never hurts to be polite when meeting something that built a ship larger than a mountain that floats like a feather. As we walked towards the massive ships, Athena told us that the communication between her and the aliens seems to have advanced quite a lot. She was then suspecting that she was communicating with an AI. It's funny to think about it. Humanity didn't make first contact with this species. Artificial intelligence created by us made contact with AI built by them. What we both initially built as tools surpassed us and eventually made communication possible. As far as we were told, their communication was advancing very rapidly, to the point where both instances knew all the languages of both species. You know those stories from the 2010s and 2020s with AI models talking to each other and developing their own language? Imagine that, but taken to the extreme. Athena said their talk was essentially just very complex mathematical strings and probabilistic equations. And then on June 16, 2096, on planet Vara Secundus, almost 25 million light-years away, we made first contact with an advanced intelligent alien life. We realized that from this point on, human history will become a two-part story of before and after. They called themselves Jaletler. They were roughly 9 meters tall, arachnid in appearance, with 4 or 6 legs and 2 shorter appendages. Just like us, they wore suits, but their technology was far more advanced than ours. As we approached the first ship, we saw several of them waiting for us. The fact that we basically had almost perfect communication methods certainly added to the pressure of the moment. And then, the first sentence to be spoken by a human to an alien came out of my mouth with no thought at all: we thought we were alone. I tried to grab my words back as they left my lips. Their answer was simple: you are not. Our conversations and interactions after that were nothing short of incredible.